Hello, weary traveler. I'm not sure what strange magic must have brought you here, but you have stepped into a realm of my creation. A sprawling city filled with danger and glory, and most importantly, lots of gold. I call it Isla Numus. Who am I, you might ask? The name is Jajim, and I'm the patron deity of gambling. Long story short, this group of idiots, or as you may call them, heroes, made a bet with me that they had what it took to make a vast trove of gold, but left some of the key details blank, so I filled them in myself. I sent them to this pocket dimension, into the city I had created with brand new bodies they'd have to attune to. Can these fools pass my test, or will they be trapped here forever? So, experience my world of trials and tribulations, and join alongside this posse of pitiful people, or as I like to call them, the criminals of Isla Numus.
Alright everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Criminals of Isla Numus. Did I get it? It's criminals, right?
Sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. Okay.
Oh, I thought we were heroes.
Uh-oh. Hang on a second. You're telling me just because we killed a few people that makes us criminals? Okay.
You worked with a criminal to do the crime, but then you killed the criminal. What does that make you?
Hero.
That is a vigilante.
Yeah, it might be. That might be. Awesome. All right, cool. We're back again. There's been a couple of little changes. Some people have leveled up, so we're going to get into that here in a moment. Additionally, probably addressing something that might have come up in the comment section. Yes, we understand a glaive is a two-handed weapon, and Keto decided to also grab a makeshift shield. It never really came into play, so as far as we were concerned, it was just strapped to his back. You failed the one guy attacking you anyways, so, doesn't really matter. But we understand it's two-handed. We'll see where that takes things. So, whatever the case, welcome back to another episode. Let's go around the table and do some introductions. Let's start with Dave.
Dave here, playing Maki, a sorcerer.
Ooh.
Now,
Sorcerer.
discovering his powers in his new Kenku body.
That's right. Awesome. Found some interesting ways to use your powers last episode, which is exciting. Moving on, we got Quinn, a.k.a. Feather McGregor, a.k.a. Lil Sauce.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Not much going on right now. We just, brutally assassinated a few people.
Now, given your kind of siding with the law, you not only just killed participated in the killing of a very prestigious member of society, but also a criminal. What's the back and forth going on in Feather McGregor's mind right now?
At this point, he doesn't care.
Okay.
He's pretty much turned full on. He wants to get to the real world.
Okay, fair enough.
And, his goal is this $1 million.
Sure. All right. Sounds good. Moving on, we got Jackson, a.k.a. Dez.
This is Jackson playing Dez. Once a Triton fighter, now a turned Kenku ranger.
That's right. And you just leveled up.
Yeah, I did. Level 2. Gained 2 whole hit points to my maximum. Oh, it's great. It's phenomenal.
Yes.
But now have Cure Wounds and Hail of Thorns.
Thorns.
Can you
hear
Hail
that's
of
right.
Thorns. I forget what that spell's called.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hail of Thorns.
Nice.
And taking the archery fighting style.
Yeah, you don't need all that HP. You're going to be a ranged guy. And you can heal yourself.
It's whatever.
Awesome.
Or
All
your
right.
friends.
And your friends.
I'm myself mostly. Bro.
Yeah, it's a selfish
I've got
power to have.
I've got the least amount of health in this whole group.
There you go. You
I have
definitely
one
will need
health
it.
point.
Fatty Lumpkins, you also just leveled up. So tell us a little bit about what Keto is doing.
Yeah, this is Fatty. I'm playing Keto, who is a druid turned fighter in the body of a kobold. Showing off my level 2 prowess here, which comes with second wind and action surge, as well as a few health points.
Right. Which second wind you had before. We forgot to mention that too. But again, not something that really came up, so it wasn't an issue. Last time was the first time you took damage, so that would have been the only time you would need to use second wind, and that was moments ago. So, but yes, you also have action surge, which gives you an additional action. So if you are standing next to a dude and you're attacking him, and you want to do an additional attack, that is an option. Fantastic, awesome. That'll definitely be beneficial. And then finally, we've got Cameron with. I keep wanting to say the Goblin name that I gave you, even though it's kind of irrelevant. But Rorick.
I don't know. He might play into it. Who knows?
Sure, go for it. You also just leveled up. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in that neck of the woods.
I gained 8 HP.
Nice.
That was it.
That's it. All right. The rogue will get there.
The reason I say that is because as a rogue at level 2, you gain cunning action, but a goblin comes base kit with cunning action.
Essentially, yeah.
So I gained 8 HP. That was it.
Basically. You get a little bit extra.
Oh, wait, an extra hit dice
Yeah.
during short rests.
Don't spoil me,
There's a
D&D.
That's the basic gist of it. Awesome. All right, we will jump back into things. All right, welcome back to Criminals of Isla Numus. Last time, you guys had joined in with the mysterious figure known as the Slicer, who invited you along to his little job, which turned out to be a transaction involving some horse semen. You guys helped him through that transaction, helped him take out the guards, semi-accidentally killed the target, the target of the theft, per se, somewhat intentionally, actually. Whatever the case, he died, which upset the Slicer quite a bit, and you guys decided the best solution was to get rid of Slicer entirely. All of the time while that was happening, our good buddy Maki was stealing the cart of the previously mentioned target / the Lord Pendleton from Pendleton Stud Farms. Maki, climbed atop this carriage, managed to sort of steal it for himself. You now have an unconscious driver, but otherwise the carriage is yours. And I believe you guys are all climbing inside of it, if I remember correctly. You guys have looted the bodies. You did your leveling up. You're climbing inside of this carriage. Maki, I assume you're continuing to be the driver for this?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wait, guys. So that Pendleton guy, he was pretty loaded, wouldn't you say? He had all this money to throw away on horse semen.
You say throw away.
Wow. Who said that?
Sorry.
The driver? Charge him?
You say throw away. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what'd you guys do with his body?
Currently, it is just laying there in the alleyway with an arrow sticking out of the side of it. But otherwise, aside from the sort of bloody spot that's building up in that spot where the arrow is protruding from, he looks fairly intact. A little pale.
All right. The way I see it here is this driver here, when I first got into the carriage, he thought I was Lord Pendleton. I had him going for a bit. He was going to take me right home to this guy's house. So what if we let the driver wake up and he takes us back to Lord Pendleton's house? And we see where we can go from there. Maybe we can let ourselves in, see what other kind of stuff he has around the place.
Well, I kind of had an idea. So tomorrow there happens to be a sporting event going on. We could kind of push this back a little bit. We could head out there, maybe couple days. Sporting event going on with a pretty big purse. Lots of money on the line if we could win. And I mean, there's quite a few of us. I think we got a good shot if you guys are interested. It only happens once a year, and tomorrow is the day.
What event is that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I've never actually participated myself, but seeing as I got a new view on life, I wouldn't be opposed. The running of the Minotaur is tomorrow morning, and it's a community sport that's held annually. A group of Minotaurs are captured and released upon a group of runners who attempt to outrun and survive the incoming wave of horns and anger. It's a dangerous sport that not many enter due to the high mortality rate and likeliness of injuries, but the promised prizes are often quite valuable.
All I heard there was prizes, really.
I mean, who knows what this guy's got at his house? We can rob him anytime. But we only got one shot at the running of the Minotaur.
Well, the night is young. I mean, we gotta strike while the iron's hot here. They're expecting this guy back, I presume, sometime this evening.
As long as we get to the running of the Minotaurs, I'm down.
What time of day is it? Do we have time to do both?
Is the Minotaur
it is
thing
getting-
tomorrow?
It's in the morning.
Oh, in the
It
morning.
just turned dark.
well, no sleep.
as we were saying.
It was like 6 o'clock.
Prime
So,
Minotaur
yeah,
running.
you're heading into like 7:30 to 8 p.m.
Oh, yeah, we have time to do both.
Yeah.
And even get a
Still
short
got
rest
time.
in.
I've got time. When you've got time.
You've got time. I've got time.
Mike says, I've got time. And you see he's wearing the Slicers sundial.
His Rolex sundial.
He's now
Hey,
has his
want to buy a
Slicer
sundial?
Awesome. Okay. All right. So you guys climb into the.
All I gotta say
Oh.
is, tried some of that semen. Don't know why it costs so much, just gotta say.
Rorick,
Yes.
you did you?
Just dipped my finger in and...
Oh gosh.
You know, the thing is, I had to admit, I was curious. I was listening to the talk earlier, and the guy said, how do we know it to be sure it's the good stuff until, well, I guess we'll have to wait to find out. And I figured, why'd they have to wait? Why didn't they just try some right then and there? That's how you make sure it's the good stuff. And like I said, I don't think it's worth 1,200 gold. That's my 1,200 gold cents on this. So, anyways, here's my idea. We're going to horse breed farm. I realized there's a vacancy in the horse breed front. Slicer said something about he was one of the 6 horse breeders. Well, now there's only 5, and that means there's a whole open slot in the horse breeding front. So, insert Fizzlefingers feline. Wait, I don't know horse stuff. I'll have to practice, but all I'm saying is we create a business. Oh, there's a hole in the market.
Hey, didn't one of you guys find some
Semen? Yes, lots
No.
of it. And I think we could use it as a good starter.
Wait, there's more semen?
Yeah, under the bench here.
There is not more.
That's just what you
There's
spilled. You
not more
spilled
semen.
it. You spilled half of it.
I was.
No, didn't
I am
somebody
the milkman.
find
My milk is delicious.
Oh gosh.
some sort of tickets?
Do you guys need a reminder?
I didn't pick up.
I
the
jotted
tickets.
it down.
Okay, so there's.
I have the REG horse race invitation
Right.
on my person.
And just to clarify, in if Fizzlefingers, Rorick, whatever said it that way, that's fine. But just to let you know, he's one of the 6 members of the REG horse racing committee. Not one of the 6 breeders, although he is definitely one of the breeders, given that he had a Pendleton farm, stud farms, or what have you. But just putting that out there, he's one of the members of the horse racing committee. Yeah.
We're not just going to be able to
What does
walk
that
in and take
ticket
over, though.
say the event is?
It didn't.
Oh.
Not Not to my
There's not
knowledge.
an event. It's just
It was just an invitation.
It's an invitation to a reoccurring event. So you wonder it
So,
happens semi-regularly. Yeah,
okay.
Weekly,
potentially.
bi-weekly.
You know, if he had this big jar of semen,
Yeah.
he probably has a filly at home he was gonna use it on.
Yeah.
I don't like where this is going.
Well, I'm just saying, if there's a horse race, this guy's probably got some horses.
Yeah.
Who's to say we don't just take those horses and enter them in the race ourselves?
Yeah. See, I like the way this guy thinks.
I don't got any buttons that
So-
pertain to this conversation.
We rob the house and the ponies.
Alright, who wants to go see what we can
Wouldn't it be
rob
more
from this
profitable to
guy's house?
sell said horses? If they were valuable racehorses, why gamble when you could just have...
Sure, I don't care what we do with the horses. All I know is I need some water or something to get this taste out of my mouth.
Oh gosh.
Salty.
So you guys just sitting in the back of this?
Yeah, we're waiting for this guy to wake up.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Well, yeah. He gets, all right. So this way, he does wake up, and you just hear,
he just hears salty. And
"Where am I?" And there's a moment of silence as he kind of looks around and takes his bearings, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I'm driving the car."
I'll nudge Maki to
Oh yeah,
get him to go.
Oh dear. Mr. Pendleton, are you back there?
Of course.
Oh my! Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Pendleton. Oh, I just think I fell asleep. I must have just dozed off. How long have you been waiting there, Mr. Pendleton?
My stud farm. Next.
Oh my! I'm so sorry. All right, horses. We better get on back home.
I was doing Maki's voice. This is supposed to be Maki remixing
Yes.
what Pendleton said before.
To clarify, yeah, exactly.
you sound a lot more drunk than usual.
You all kind of are pushed.
Mr. Pendleton.
You're all kind of pushed back against the walls of this carriage as it lurches forward, heading off quickly down the road. You don't hear much from the driver as he's trying to focus on getting you home as quickly as possible, feeling terrible, hoping he doesn't get fired at the end of this trip. Quickly, he rushes you home. It's maybe a 10-minute horse-drawn carriage ride before suddenly it comes to a stop. All right, mister. Lord Pendleton, you're home. I got you home, sir. I sincerely apologize. Please feel free to hop on out and I'll go put the horses in the carriage away unless you plan on going anywhere else tonight.
No.
Oh, all right. Again, I sincerely apologize, Mr. Pendleton. I truly apologize for this situation. I assure you it'll never happen again. Yeah, I mean, you guys are sitting in there as he waits.
I'm gonna hop on and try and kill him.
Is this a real thing?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on and kill him.
All right. I'll give you a surprise round, I guess.
All right.
How are we supposed to get to the...
With advantage, right?
Anywhere.
Anyway,
7,
I don't know. Can you drive a carriage?
12.
I might be
12.
able to.
He's not wearing any kind of armor or anything, so yeah,
Already
that'll hit.
here.
I can drive a boat. Boat.
What are you using?
Firebolt.
Oh, okay.
Just set the poor guy.
You can change the body, but you can't change the sailor. Am I
Which one
right?
is this? 10, this is 8. This is 10.
Let me drive the boat.
Let me drive the boat.
Oh, what's Little Sauce doing? I should have told him this guy
Is
has
this-
3 kids.
Which one is? Which one's which here? I'm so
We just seem
confused.
scampering out.
The 0 is a
And
10.
we're
Yeah,
just like,
that's a D10.
4. 4 damage.
Plus any, or just as is.
4.
That's the spell.
You leap out you shoot a firebolt at this strange man. It slams into his face. His beard, long beard, catches on fire. He's furiously clawing at the area in front of his face. It's hot. He can't see. The horses immediately panic. They rear back, having fire been blasted right behind them, and they start to take off. The rest of you are still inside.
I'll dive out of the cart.
Okay,
fast.
you dive out. Okay. I don't know. It hasn't quite gotten up to speed, so I'm not going to make you do a check or anything. What are the rest of you doing as this suddenly lurches forward and starts shooting away?
And as he starts running away, what did the guy say? Is there anything I could take that he said? Just be like, I don't know. I could just yell because he's all worried about getting fired, right?
Well, I don't think he's worried about getting fired.
Well, now he's worried
about
being
literally
fire
fired.
He was on fire.
Did he say that?
His world's on fire. How about yours?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'll just let it go.
Start playing your theme music.
Oh, yes. Start playing the music.
Just opens his.
I've got a
claw
limited
and
amount of royalty-free music that I can use.
Again, YouTuber funny music.
That is not how this works. If it's not commercially sourced.
How far away is this driver?
So I mean, he's outside the cart. He's like, within 5 feet, essentially, just outside the. You guys are inside the cart. He's just outside of it on the little seat. It's kind of like an old
Now
Western
here we
comic
go
story.
again. Maki scrambles to the roof of the carriage.
Okay.
Attempts to. And he reaches for that power he felt before, and he says, "Nighty night."
Oh gosh! All right.
And he's gonna try to make.
Oh no, he's gonna put all of us to sleep.
No.
It's. I think it's your choice of creatures.
Try to put the horses in the driver to sleep.
Does
There
he
you
have
go.
that much control
He
over
failed
this
to
power?
say, hold your horses again.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Nighty Night works this, okay.
Nady night.
I was thinking the same thing. All right. Roll the amount of hits.
Well, he's
points.
not holding the horses, otherwise you would just grab the reins.
Yeah.
This is not going as well. 5,
18.
19.
Oh goodness. Okay. One of the horses falls asleep. The other one continues going. This causes a horrible turn in the cart, which causes it to start rolling. The driver is immediately thrown off. You don't see where he goes. You hear a oof as he hits the ground, and that's the last thing you hear as far as he goes. The rest of you are inside the cart.
I grab onto Keto.
Okay, you grab onto Keto.
Mind you, which is the first thing I did actually when the cart took off.
I hope you wash your hands after that jar
Oh
situation.
gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, about the jar. It was open.
No. As the cart rolls, everybody inside.
There's just 2 people inside.
There's only 2 people inside. You will take 2
It's
damage.
just us 2.
You take 2 damage. Bludgeoning, if that matters.
What have I done?
As semen goes flying everywhere inside of the cabin of this carriage.
You open the door, it's like cobwebs of just dripping.
it's
It's like
just-
Eddie Murphy
Dave, I
and
need
Johnny
you to make an
Daycare.
acrobatics.
He
Or
comes
actually do a
into the
dexterity
bathroom.
saving throw.
Mm.
As you are on top of the cart as it
Did this guy die? Did he fly off and
he
die?
just flew off. You don't see him. An added 20, you carefully dive onto the ground as the cart starts to roll. It goes flying over top of you in like upside down. A little bit of some strange viscous liquid drips out from one of the windows and falls next to you, but not onto you. You have no idea what that was, but it did catch your attention in the slow motion moment as this cart flies past you. Otherwise, it hits the ground across from you. Wheels smashing. A chunk of the carriage itself is kind of pressed inwards. The horse is probably dead. The other one wakes up instantly taking damage, but also has been thrown itself and twisted. It's a horrible, disturbing mess. You hear horses that are the horse that's still alive is making a horrible sound. The whole crash scene is just a disturbing mess. But sure enough, your 2 colleagues come crawling out of the cabin. covered in a very similar, drenched in a very strange viscous liquid that seems familiar.
Large jar.
I just want to state, I would have not thought of this had you not made the "hope you washed your hands" remark. That remark made this scene so much better.
How far away were they?
They landed about
We didn't
from
lose
you guys
anyone.
about
You probably just
30
lost
to 40 feet
thousands
away.
of dollars.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over there. I'm gonna look to finish off the
That's
guy.
what you
Make
were
sure he's
about.
dead.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Is he?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna lose his body. Does he have anything on him?
He has a leather wallet, and
kids.
inside of it, it's a picture of his wife and all. Like he's got a thing that like rolls out, and it's just family pictures of him with.
It's
his
kind of
family
obscured
kids.
right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it out,
Just
Rip it
start
up.
tearing it. Oh,
rip it up, throw it.
Oh
Wow.
my word!
Wow.
That's how Featherbottom became.
This
everybody's
is
least
what
favorite
losing
character.
your reality insanity does to a man. Okay.
I've gone through a lot. You just found out your whole.
Yeah, I know. He's going through the stages.
Your only way out
To be
is to get
fair,
$1 million.
I
You're gonna do what it takes.
I'm not trying to tell you.
I don't think
how to
killing
think,
random
but
guys.
to be fair, this deity did say, like, I mean, I created everything that's in this world. Like, these are still people living lives, just in a pocket world, as opposed to the outside.
I mean,
world.
his life
Doesn't
is
matter to
meaningless.
him.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
Tyler's just
all right.
like, if you kill a man in a dream.
That's
You
what
die in the dream.
That's
you die
how
in
I
real
feel.
life.
That's how I feel. Like this
probably
is
what he
just
thinks.
he created this out of a bet. We're meaningless to this guy.
To him,
We mean nothing to him.
sure.
You know,
And yet
whatever.
we
Jimmy-
still-
I'm not here to argue
I'm just saying he's gonna do some dark things to get out of here.
moral mushrooms.
He's gonna do some dark things to get out of here.
All
Oh,
right.
guys, that would have
He
been
might
a lot.
now down the road he might calm it down a little bit, but this is still what 3 hours after you talked and found out that his life is meaningless. I mean,
All right.
I'm going to stealthily go into the manor.
Okay. Yeah.
Did the carriage flip over completely? Or
Because
what?
that's going to be a
Yes.
I think just
distracting
on its
A
side
side
couple
or
of
something.
times. Yeah.
Is it like wrecked?
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna-
it's
oh, no.
smashed up.
I'm gonna go crawling out. I'm gonna be like,
Oh, wow. I would have thought it'd been a lot harder to get out of that wreckage, but I'm a lot slippier than normal.
Nobody's crawling out and saying, "I'm all right." The real cliche, like.
All right. Oh, brother. You guys are covered in some sort of...
Oh,
is that what I think it is?
What
If I
happened?
could just, clean that would be great. As Maki puts his hands up and almost expresses this desire, and magic pours from his hands, and he casts prestidigitation and
Oh.
cleans a cubic square foot of your...
just a cubic.
Like, it only does it a foot.
Just top
it's
half of the
just your
bottom half of
torso.
Fizzlefingers' body.
It's
Not that
upper
big.
torso.
His upper torso.
It's only a cubic foot. That's crazy.
well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have killed that guy, guys. My bad.
Whoa, how'd I do that?
Whoa, do that again.
Let me see how I did it.
Oh,
You repeat the process,
it tickles.
and he cleans you up.
Oh wow.
Wow, Keto.
We look over, Kita's still in the wreckage, upside down.
And what are you doing?
Oh, looking at myself in disgust and doing some walk of shame, and I think I'll probably culminate it by just putting this horse out of his
The fact that you
misery.
call it the walk of shame is like a double entendre. That's terrible.
That's funny. That's a good joke.
Oh no, the fan art we're gonna get.
What? No.
I hope not. All right, awesome. So you guys have all removed yourselves from the destroyed carriage. I assume Maki's gonna use prestidigitation to, for the most part, clear off
Is
certain
any of
substances
this
from his friends.
substance going to be salvageable?
I
have-
roll me a medicine
I have the
check
jar.
there, Maki or Keto.
The jar's
A what check?
A medicine check.
A medicine check.
It is in relation to medical concepts.
I don't know. What does that even fall?
It's one of the skills.
16.
You know that this is not going to be useful.
How much horse
I was
ring out of
Wow,
my
you said,
sweater?
"Oh, now you have to put an explicit
You
tag on."
can't say that.
How much horse semen can I wring out of my sweater?
I almost wish you had rolled low, and that would have been like, oh man, this stuff is still good though. I got but
Is
no,
there
you,
any left in the jar?
no.
That bad, huh?
Well, I mean, you've introduced it to the elements and the air. It's not like pressure sealed anymore. It's not.
Well,
This
there
was
goes putting
pressure
that
sealed?
Yeah, it made like a when you opened it.
Did it?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Like released carbon dioxide. It fizzed a little.
I guess
Oh,
I guess
okay.
Rorick was too excited to get to the good stuff. I mean, I didn't even notice.
All right, so you guys
well, I
are
guess
all.
there's no need to put that on ice anymore.
That's right. That's right. You guys are all outside the cart. You're outside of this very nice, lavish house. It's pretty darn close to a mansion, if not officially a mansion. I don't know what the cutoff there is.
Manor.
Oh,
Has
manor.
anyone
There we go.
noticed
Yeah.
the
Man,
ruckus?
it goes like
Huh?
shack, house,
Everyone's
nice
looking out the
house,
window.
manor, mansion.
Got it. Okay,
That's
so
like your
yes, this
stair
is a
step.
manor for sure. There are a number of stables that are out here. You hear various horses kind of scattered about within these stables that are around you. But right now you see the manor. You see a couple of lights on, maybe some lanterns that are lit on the inside. Nobody seems to have noticed the scene that's happening around you, the whole crash, the wreckage, etc. Which is probably for the best. There wasn't a huge amount of noise involved with it, just maybe the crash when the cart kind of rolled and hit the ground. But other than that, that's where you guys are at. What would you like to do?
I'd like to.
Didn't Des take off?
I'm in the house.
Oh, you already went to the house?
Yeah, I
Hey,
said
so-
I'm stealthily
Oh.
going into said manor.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll jump to that. All right.
Oh,
Just
okay.
ran off.
Everyone else just joins.
You approach the door and you reach up to the handle, and sure enough, it's unlocked. So you open it up, and inside, the lights are on. You see a very lavish living room area. You see to your right, there's a big grand piano. You see to your left and straight ahead, there are some hallways that seem to go deeper into the house.
Okay.
You notice there are very nice velvety curtains on all the windows. There's a variety of furniture. They all have nice doilies on the cushions, on the armrests, things along those lines. Very nice house, very classy.
Okay. I would like to search the rooms stealthily,
Okay.
and if I can find anything that resembles some wealthy man's quote unquote den,
Oh, okay.
like an office type.
Okay. You creep throughout the house. You find a kitchen. Nobody's there. You see an upstairs, which you hear what sounds like maybe a voice of a person upstairs. So you feel like if there is anybody in this house, which you assumed already based on the fact that the lights were on, they are probably upstairs. You continue to creep through. You find a back room.
Okay.
The doors are locked, but you wonder if maybe this might be the proverbial den that you were thinking of.
Can I pick the lock?
You can attempt. Do you have lockpicking tools?
No.
Okay.
Can't pick the lock.
Okay.
Can I break the lock?
You could attempt to, sure. Give me an athletics check.
Okay. That is a 10.
That is a 10. You slam into the door. It does not break the door or the lock that is holding it shut. You do hear the voice that's upstairs suddenly get quiet, and you start to hear footsteps starting to move towards the stairway.
Hide.
Hi. Okay.
Hide.
Do me a stealth.
What is that? A 14.
14. Okay, awesome. You leap behind a piece of furniture, quickly hiding yourself behind it. You hear a voice call from upstairs. Pendleton? Pendleton, is that you? Are you home, dear?
No answer.
No response. Oh, I had to keep myself from saying, must have just been the clap of my ass cheeks.
You can't say that on the
I
radio.
cannot, so that's why we're not going to do it. Hey everyone, Skylar here. Are you a fan of Session Zero Heroes and the shows we produce, or the characters involved? Then you should check out our epic merch we have available online. From shirts to stickers and everything in between, we worked hard on creating a variety of designs and made sure to get your favorite characters on those products as well. Whether you're looking for broccoli on a hoodie to wear to the gym with you, or maybe Fizzlefingers tote bag to stuff your ill-gotten gains in, we've got you covered. Just head over to our website at sessionzeroheroes.com and click on our merch tab to see all the amazing products and designs that you can get. Now back to the show. After a couple of moments, you once again hear the sound of footprints as whoever the woman is upstairs decides to walk away.
Oh, okay.
Ignore whatever it is that she thought she heard.
So are we like going up to the house soon?
Yeah, sure. By this point, you guys have all made it up to the house. You see the door is cracked open a little bit.
If you peek in, I'm going to like wave you guys over this way.
Yeah.
We can see him? I thought he was hiding.
Alright, well, he peeks out after she.
Yeah.
I Scooby-Doo gang creep over to where Dez is.
Okay, alright.
I'll do some.
Did you
signs.
clean off Keto?
Yes.
Or is he just making a sticky sound as he
No,
this out?
I cleaned off Keto.
Clean as a whistle.
And I cleaned off that the jar.
So it's just
You
an
just
empty
have
jar
this
now.
So you just and then you went into the wreckage. So you left the wreckage alone though, so it's just covered on the inside. Wow, that's gonna be an interesting. Whoever's the first person to find that is going to be
they're gonna be like,
what happened
Imagine
here?
you guys brought the dead body of Pendleton along with you and you left him in there. Like the scene that people would find, you're like, oh, Lord Pendleton, he's dead and he's covered in his own horse's semen. What could have possibly happened to this man?
Would they assume horses? Just saying.
The horses shot him with an arrow and then
Just saying.
you promptly defecated the body.
Could you differentiate between the two?
city-
Is there a distinct visual? Because I don't think so.
There would be a new type of crazed psychopath
I was
running
gonna
around
say,
this
the guards
city.
would be confused for years. You guys missed out on a great opportunity to cover your tracks. They would be so mind-effed that they wouldn't even know how to piece that part together.
Wow.
Woo! Anyways, well, that didn't happen. So yeah, there's just a carriage.
I'm saying there's a nearby
flipped and
driver
smacked.
that's dead.
That's true. You might have some in. Who knows? Who knows what they're gonna? That's for me to figure out, I guess. Thanks, guys. Whatever the case, you guys are inside the house. You are no longer covered in horse semen.
Oh, thank goodness!
You're creeping around. You find Dez standing in front of a closed and locked door.
I'll do hand
It's a door.
to get someone to open it.
I have thieves'
For
tools.
me.
You
I
have
do
these
too. We all pull out our thieves.
All but me. Just sitting there like.
Except we have thieves too.
Of people that have thieves' tools,
I
who would like to attempt
I'll do it,
to
I'll
open
do
it?
it.
Oh, okay.
Power of friendship.
And then add your sleight of hand.
It'd be done.
I have 14.
14. All right. Sure enough, you put your thieves' tools carefully into the lock and you fidget it around a little bit here and there.
Special
and then
sets of skills.
momentarily, you hear click. And the door opens itself in front of you.
I really am restraining myself from playing my creepy music right now. I'm
Okay.
just going on a murderous rampage. But
You know? All right.
We may need to have an intervention.
Yeah, we may need to tie
You
someone
open it up,
in
and
there.
inside you find a sort of kind of a library-themed man cave or
Perfect.
whatever.
Exactly what I was looking
Yeah, kind of a thing.
Oh.
In addition to a couple of shelves with books lining all of the different layers, you see a very nice, ornate main desk with a chair behind it, obviously, where he keeps a lot of his personal things. As the man of the house. Additionally, you see a lot of horse-themed decor spread across this room, little statuettes, horse busts.
anything worth value?
As far as the artwork goes and the decorations, you're unsure, but you assume it must be to some extent because he's a fairly wealthy man, obviously. So
I sit there and think, man, I wish that cart wouldn't have gotten wrecked.
yeah, that's true. That could have been nice.
Not my fault.
I'm sure he's got another one.
Whatever the case, you guys are inside of this den now. This proverbial.
What
man.
kind of torture chamber is this?
Books.
Yeah. I've been one of these before. Worst day of my life.
One day of school.
One day of school, never back again.
Maki looks around for the any sort of decanter or fine liqueurs.
Ooh.
That might be.
Okay.
Oh yeah, right there, right on the desk, you see a very beautiful glass decanter with 3 matching glass cups, like kind of I don't know what those are called. Those like small cups for alcohol. I'm not really somebody that drinks a lot, so I don't know.
Flask.
Crystal.
Yeah, like crystal.
Ware.
That would be a
Sure.
decanter. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the cups themselves.
Oh.
I think there's a word for them, but whatever the case, inside the decanter you can see it's corked with a glass cork on top, and inside the decanter is a deep brown liquid.
What do we have here? Maki takes a little whiff,
Ooh, it smells of a fine whiskey.
and he takes his
Oh no.
water skin, assuming he has one.
Oh yeah.
And he pours that into the potted plant.
Okay.
And he fills it up with the good stuff.
All right, you now have a water skin full of very fine whiskey, as opposed to life-giving water.
That Rorick asked for earlier, mind you. Never got.
And just gets poured into the Is there anything anyone else would like to do while you're in
Yeah,
here?
I'm going through all the books looking for any with pictures in it.
Okay.
If they don't have pictures, I throw it on the ground and go to the next one.
You do throw a few on the ground, but amidst the ones that you throw on the ground, you find various ones, all with pictures of horses. In
I
them.
point and laugh at them as I...
You
I
do that.
So I'm making 2 piles.
Okay.
Pile A, boring books without pictures.
Okay.
Pile B, funny books with pictures of horses.
Yes. Now, you are actually surprised because pile B seems to be larger than pile A.
This might be the best library Rorick's ever found. Hasn't been in many, but most of them don't have pictures. So
That's
you
true.
know.
That's true. Keto, Des, Feather, anything you guys are after inside of this den?
I'd like to search the drawers for either a key to a safe
Sure.
or any kind of valuable-esque
Okay. All right.
likeness.
Yes. You find a couple of drawers. One of them has paperwork inside of it. Actually, probably 2 or 3 of them have paperwork inside of it, just different kinds of paperwork. One of them you open up and you see more of those little cards that are invitations to the horse races.
Okay,
There are 6 more inside of there.
I'll grab those.
Okay. One of them you see a sort of identification, and it says Viscount Cornelius Montague Pendleton Fitzgerald, official member of the Royal Equestrians Guild.
What? Just remember.
And then you find one of them has a little pouch with 100 gold pieces in it.
Grabbed.
Awesome, I figured. Currently, that's the primary things that you find within these.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I grabbed the horse race invitations
Yep.
and his ID card.
Okay,
I imagine that could get us into something.
potentially.
Any of the paint? You said that there's paintings and stuff worse.
Oh man, there are some horse paintings in here, man.
So I want to grab one down and cut it out of the frame and roll it up like you're
Nice.
stealing it.
Okay.
So I'm assuming I need to roll to see if I cut it out well.
Um,
How many paintings would you say there are?
probably in this room, there's probably 6.
Alright, so obviously I don't want to damage the painting, but I'm gonna
Sure,
cut them
sure.
out of the frame.
Yeah,
and
give me
roll
a
them
roll. Let's do sleight of hand.
up. Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Okay. 13.
13. Okay, yeah, you do a pretty good job. Let's say that you only mess up on one of them.
So I got 5.
You got 5
paintings.
good quality. Yeah, pretty confident in the paintings. They look good. You don't recognize any of the painters, like they have their little like signatures in the bottom or something, or maybe on the back of them once you cut them out. You don't recognize
Is there
any
anything
of them,
behind the
but
paintings?
I don't. What?
Is there anything hidden in the paintings
No.
behind them?
Something that you notice on any of the statues that he has decorating the room with the horses on them, any of them that show like the full body of the horse, I want to emphasize that it shows the whole body. You can very much see the horse bits. Very prominent.
In the painting?
Not in the painting, the statues.
Statues?
Yeah. Any full-bodied horse statues. Just something I'm letting you guys know.
And very prominent.
Yeah, very prominent parts.
Pick up the statue. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
I guess really kind of strange.
It is
There's
quite
nothing,
strange.
Nothing strange with the statue at all.
No, I'm not trying to hint at anything. I'm
Okay,
just
I didn't know if I
letting you
needed
know
to,
that
you
there's
know,
a bunch of, yeah.
flick it or something.
No.
Wasn't sure if that's what you're alluding to or not.
Well, just emphasizing the fact that this is a stud farm, and you can tell where his focus is. As a business,
Right,
to
right.
clarify. We have created quite the podcast here.
Yeah.
It's very niche.
Yeah,
I
Keto,
don't know.
what are you up to? Yeah. You don't know?
He's still traumatized. He's,
Yeah, the thing that...
You could join Rorick
probably
on
the
his adventure.
statues surrounding you are not helping with that either.
I'm gonna find an immaculately embroidered hand towel. And
Oh, yeah.
continue to wipe
Doilies,
my hands of it.
absolutely, yep, absolutely, 100% various there. As you guys are finishing up with all this stuff, you start to hear footprints.
Footprints.
Steps.
Yes.
Ah.
You hear the
We're
You
going
hear
crazy.
people imprinting their foot into the ground. No,
Whoa.
you hear the sound of footsteps as they are making their way across the upper floor and towards what you saw as the stairwell. Somebody is moving in your direction. What do you do?
I'm going to close the door gently,
Okay.
as if someone had meant to do it with, like normal. Just act normal.
Okay.
Some
A
sense.
normal door close, not like
Yeah,
slamming
not
it,
like-
but also not like.
Yeah, not like I'm trying to hide anything, but also not that I'm trying to rush.
Okay, sounds good. All right, you do that. Anybody else doing anything
Nothing.
Laughing.
odd? But okay.
No, I'm pointing at the pictures.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Have I finished?
No, there's a lot of books in
Oh,
here.
keep going then.
All right.
Maki goes over to the desk. He's gonna grab some of like the stationery, some just like paper and extra ink or quills or whatever. He's gonna hide behind the desk in case somebody walks in.
Okay, sounds good. All right. You hear the footprint steps. Ding it! You hear the footprint. Dang it! You hear the footsteps make their way down the stairs, and you hear a soft knock at the door, and you hear, Pendleton, is that you? Are you home?
I'll nudge Maki.
Is this his wife using his last name?
Of course, I have the semen.
Oh, I'm so glad that your business deal went well, honey. By chance, did you happen to wreck another horse carriage out in the front?
Another one. We got lucky with that.
Of course. the men.
The men. I didn't catch that last part, but well, they are your carriages, honey. I know you know best, so I'm gonna leave you to it. I'm headed to bed here momentarily, but feel free to join me whenever you're ready.
Excellent.
You hear the footsteps walk away and head back upstairs. You hear one last as she calls back, I'm going to turn the lights off, but I'll leave the one on by the stairs.
Excellent.
All right, sounds good. And with that, you hear the footsteps kind of walk into the living room area, forth a little bit here and there. You start to notice that the light outside of the den that you're in kind of start to dim as she blows out all the torches or sconces, etc.
He just has torches mounted on the wall. Or some kind of cave.
Sconces around the room, and then you hear her footsteps go back upstairs as she makes her way back to the bedroom.
Perfect.
You guys are now left unattended.
Just everyone's going to bed.
Everybody's going to bed. It's dark in the rest of the house.
I'm just gonna loot the house.
Yeah, I'm with him.
See if you can find an
Let's just go
armory.
nuts.
All right. You guys make your way throughout the rest of the house. You do not find Keto. You do not find an armory. This guy did not seem like the type to keep weapons per se. I would say you find another 125 gold pieces kind of here and there in different spots. As far as valuables go, it's kind of hard to say. Like I said, there's some decorations and things that you feel like would be valuable, but it's just a matter of how are we going to get that
How are you
out?
gonna fence that?
Yeah, exactly. Or exactly.
I don't know any fences.
Yeah,
Most of the ones don't even speak.
very fun. Whatever the case, this is the basic gist of what you find throughout the entire first floor of this house.
Okay.
Is there any large sacks in this room?
You gonna
Yeah, you
kidnap
probably
his
find
wife?
some in the kitchen. How large are we talking?
Flour sack.
Yeah, yay big.
Yeah, okay.
Big enough it could hold a person.
Wait, what?
I don't know if
We're gonna
one of
kidnap
the
his
flour
wife.
sacks would hold a whole person.
I'm gonna go look in the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, you find some flour
Is there
sacks.
any other? Is there like in the living room? Is there any artwork depicting the family or anything?
Yes, there is a very large ornate portrait just above the furnace or the fireplace, and it is Mr. Pendleton and his wife. They are both riding on a horse, a brilliant white horse together.
With all the whole horse.
Yes, I was just gonna say the entire horse is depicted there.
I think it's just him and his wife here, guys. So
Des nods in agreement.
we should be. I think we should be good to take our time.
Again, more nodding. I don't have a button for this conversation.
I'm gonna go make a sandwich.
Fair enough. You have all the time in the world to do so. You go into the kitchen area, and there is a sort of ice box, and you pop it open, hoping to find some interesting things. You find some horse cheese,
Okay. I thought you were gonna say something else.
and you also find some horse
Head
meat.
Head of lettuce.
Well, and other various normal.
I thought he was gonna open the ice box and it was just gonna be filled with
jars.
vials
Oh,
of
God.
horse semen.
Yes!
You wonder if there might be another ice chest somewhere else in this, either house or out in one of the like stables where they would keep something like that. It's entirely possible, though.
That would be a good way to make money. Unironically so, because if we go to this horse race and we go like behind the stables and we're like, all right, gentlemen, or ladies, whatever, I don't care. This big guy left all of these vials unattended, and now we're going to sell it to you.
And not dump them
You
all
know,
over a
I'm not a-
carriage.
That wasn't on purpose. I defend.
Is there any other kind of overarching concepts?
Well, I'm in the
that you guys-
kitchen
Okay.
alongside him,
Yep.
and I'm just rustling through cupboards.
Sure.
And do I find a large sack?
Yes. As I said before, you find a couple of empty flour sacks,
Sick. Okay.
burlap or whatever they were made of.
Okay. Oh, I see. Maki open the fridge as I have a sack, and I just walk over to the fridge as he's just holding it open, and I just grab the thing of cheese, throw it in the sack, and I just start walking out there.
That's it? Just the cheese?
Eh.
Okay, fair enough.
Maki wants to grab something that would be good. I don't know, some like hard meat,
Some jerky?
I don't know, some sausage. A link of, the cartoony link of sausage.
Okay. Big old horse salami. Yeah, not
No, maybe not.
You get some flashbacks to the what you've seen so far, and you kind of question yourself for a moment.
I guess he just puts that around his shoulder on his whatever.
Sure.
He goes back to the entryway and finds like a satchel or something.
Okay.
And he starts picking random shiny knickknacks off of the shelves or whatever.
Okay. I mean, is everybody kind of just looting stuff
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
in general? Okay.
Keto's gonna look for a basement or a cellar.
Okay. Yeah, you definitely kind of hidden in the back of the stairwell. You find a doorway, like a little Harry Potter-esque doorway, and you walk inside of it, and there's a stairwell that leads down into some sort of basement area. You head down there, I assume, and that is exactly where you find the ice chest. Or the whole room kind of just,
this is a thing?
The whole cellar, just wall to wall,
it's
floor
cold,
to ceiling.
very cold. The further down you go, the colder it gets. And sure enough, once you get to the bottom, it is freezing cold, and you find
a terrified scream
several shelves.
from Keto his flashbacks.
Yeah.
He's running up the stairs.
You stumble into the
No.
dark.
As he tries to run up the stairs, he slips, he falls, he crashes onto the ground. Semen falls all over him. It happens once again.
But that did not happen
No,
because I
that
have
did not
dark
happen.
vision.
Yes. Oh, he gets us in the dark vision. No, and it's not an icy floor. The floor has no reason to be wet or anything like that.
It is cold as
it
a
is
reptile.
very cold, yes.
Now, who does have dark vision?
Us two?
I have dark vision.
Do old
Kenku
Kenku's?
says
Oh,
dark
well then
vision.
that
All
means
of us
everybody has dark
do.
vision. Fantastic.
I thought so. I could look at that.
Whatever the case, yes, you find shelves of vials
Is
of
there
variety of semen.
Any sort
Horse
of
semen.
storage receptacle or container that one might transport this serum?
So
Or
these
they're,
vials.
they're in
Any
vials
Barbasol?
and receptacles.
Barbasol
Yeah.
cans?
Any? Oh yeah, Barbasol cans. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like I said, they're all in like glass cylinders, kind of like the one that you had before. So I mean, it's really just a matter of like finding some kind of a bag or something where you could safely slide them in. You know that upstairs there were some flour bags. There was a couple of like satchels scattered about. You could honestly pull a blanket off of the couch and just turn that into a makeshift bag. Totally up to you. Just depends on how much you want to take.
I'm going to whisper up the stairs. Hey guys, I found the Fatherload.
That is a term we are allowed to use. Also, I want to point out that on each of the shelves, you will see a painting of a horse that sort of suggests that these came from this horse. And additionally, you will see kind of a, let's say, like a clipboard, and it has some various notes scribbled on them underneath each of the horses' paintings. So it says, like, you know, lived this long, or is currently living, good health, or if it suffered any kind of health issues, that was something that they might take note of for, like, oh, these semens might have that potential if we reuse that. Yeah, semi. Sorry, you're right.
You.
This semi might have that potential to cause that, whatever that health defect might have been, or whatever the case. Or, you know, maybe there's positives, like this horse ran faster than all the others, so we're going to use this semen to try to breed more, you know, faster horses, so on and so forth. So,
In any case, I'm going to try loot as much as I can.
just in general.
Or try gather it all in a very secure manner, knowing that this probably holds more value than most of our other.
Just gonna toss them all into one bag.
Are you going to keep them
I'm
separate,
excluding
organized?
you from this venture because I've already
That's not what I was meaning.
labeled
But
you as
I would say that these would have to
Accident prone.
have labels on the specific, like, vials and such themselves. It simply says a horse's name, a horse's type, And
This is all on each file, or a
yeah,
label on
these
the
are like
shelf?
the simplified labels. Yep, on each file, and like their weight or size or something along those lines. I'm not super expert on horse stuff, but it would be the very necessary basic details of the horse. So like breed.
This horse was a water type.
A water type horse. Oh, sorry, breed.
I do find it funny that you're like, I'm not an expert on this kind of stuff, but you're just assuming that he has an underground farm of semen.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This seems like the way they do it in medieval times. Actually,
I bet it is.
I say that I'm not an expert on horses as if I didn't come up with like a half dozen to 8 different like horse types.
Yeah.
And like why they differ and like different stat blocks for each one. So, but yes, you are able to find some variation of probably load a couple into your backpack, which I think everybody should have. Oh yeah, there's the suitcase from the exchange. You're able to load some into there. That probably still does have some semen on the exterior of it since it was part of the rollout. But that's okay. As far as you're okay with it, I suppose. Whatever the case, yes, you collect, let's say, a dozen different vials of horse semen.
This is going to be interesting equipment.
Yes, and I will.
I had to sadly erase mine.
I will kind of
It's a jar
semi-generate
of
what
semen.
those are.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's all gone. How many episodes in a row are we going to title horse semen?
Oh, we're titling it this?
And then I'm also.
I thought we were just going to call it the Fatherload.
Yeah, the Fatherload is a great
Fatherload. Oh, I like that. That is true. Yes. What were you saying there?
I'm gonna grab that clipboard or the cheat sheet of all their little.
Okay, so you just kind of collect all the sheets and Oh, that's actually.
How
a
many
good idea.
vials do you grab of each horse?
Well, he got a total of a dozen.
12 vials? Is that like 12, one per horse?
Sure. Yeah.
He has 12 horses?
Oh yeah, this guy's got lots of horses.
Cool.
And
He literally runs a
large
stun
horses.
farm.
Yeah.
I suppose that's true.
Maki goes down the stairs and looks for the horse named Smitty Weberman Jensen.
He was number 1.
He was number 1.
He's number 1.
No, but I don't know. He does try to figure out if there's like a real winner. I don't know.
A real winner. Okay. Absolutely there is. There was a horse. Oh man, I didn't come up with names for horses. You guys come up with.
Matilda.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Blade Runner.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta have more horse type names.
Yes, there was a.
Jersey Mike's. Wait.
What was the name? Come up with a name.
The horse?
JJ.
Sure.
German Pharaoh.
German Pharaoh.
Sea cracker.
Okay, you're
Are
just.
these actual names?
He's taking no German Pharaoh's Egyptian Pharaoh.
Right. Okay.
No, it's
Sea
American
Biscuit.
Pharaoh.
Oh yeah, and then Sea Biscuit, but he's doing Sea Cracker. He's just taking famous horse names and just.
Okay. Well, I just need one. Somebody just pick one.
One horse named Knife.
It's just his name is Knife.
Knife.
Okay.
Mr. Ghoul.
A horse. His name was Knife. He was a.
He was a good horse.
He was a. The breed of horse was a Taki. Yes.
Wouldn't hurt a
Taki.
soul. Kind.
Which is a
Great with
type of
kids.
horse that was used back in the medieval times, I believe. And yes, it was called a Taki.
Tachi?
Taki. With a K.
Does he have a Sharn gun?
Does he have a shot? Dang it! No.
Does he run with his hooves backwards?
His front legs go backwards and his back legs are whatever.
And he's really fast.
He's very fast. No, but he was definitely a fine specimen of steppe horse. He was quite the trotter.
That kind of stuff.
Yeah, like what? Oh, not step. Not like a step dad.
Yeah, I love my kids.
I love my kids, even though they're not biologically mine.
They're not mine.
I'm a good step horse. No. It's a type of.
I'm married into
It's a type of horse.
They're like my own.
Whatever the case, his charts show that he performed very well.
Oh.
So yes, his stands out to you.
I'll fill my my satchel up with a bunch of his vials.
Explicitly. Okay. Sounds good. We could say splooge. We can use that term.
His flubber.
His flubber.
That's probably copyright.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't copyright a word.
If you make it
That's
up.
a character.
If you make it up, you can.
Right, yeah, exactly. All right. Awesome. So yes, this is where you're at. What are you guys? Now that you've got full bags, full sacks of semen, you're feeling quite weighted down. I won't say you're fully encumbered, but you're pretty darn close.
So we should work our way
Out.
out, finding I don't want to lose all this stuff. Is there? We could use.
Why don't you go look for a carriage?
Well, why don't we all go look for a carriage?
We've
Probably because you destroyed the last one.
yeah.
Mhm.
I'm busy.
Are you still sorting through books?
Yes.
You got some food out of the kitchen, and then
And I'm eating it in one hand and looking at books.
I was gonna say you've
know.
got cheese. Is that
Yep.
you're just eating the cheese?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
What else would I do with it?
Well, you made a whole thing about putting it in a bag,
Well, that
and then
was
you took
so
it
I
right over to the room, and then you
Yeah,
just started eating it.
pulled it out of the bag and started.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Well, looking at
You're
books.
just dragging it along the ground. It's really heavy cheese.
Well, the sack's sitting there. It's got.
No, I understand. Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. So, Feather, you're headed
I'm
out
gonna
to
head
go
out to find a.
a new carriage. Okay. Yep. You head out. You look around the farm. It's a bit dark. Are you taking? I mean, I know you guys all claimed you had dark vision, but
Technically, as Kenkus, we only have low light vision,
oh, okay.
so there needs to be some light.
Right. Okay.
I have a class.
I was gonna
or,
say I think yours is class based.
my subclass
Right.
gives me it.
Dark vision. Okay. So Feather, it's quite dark outside. Your light vision isn't quite covering the dark of night.
Can I see a barn or anything nearby?
You can vaguely make out the shape of a barn, but that's how
You
dark
can
it
see
is.
the broadside of the bar.
Yeah. You see the broadside, but that's the only side you see.
We'll
far
work
side.
our way over.
Well, I'm saying it's like pitch black. I mean, even if you get there, it's still going to be pretty darn dark.
Interesting.
There's no like torches over there.
Just kidding. I can see the house, right?
Yeah.
I just walk back to the house. Can I find? I can't see, guys.
You find, I mean, there's the sconces.
It's one of
on
those
the
torches.
walls. Yeah.
I got a torch.
Okay.
The
All right.
torches she
I
had.
think you probably have
Blow
torches
out.
nonetheless too in your adventuring. Okay, so there's sconces on the wall, but you
I
have
don't know.
torches.
I don't think I do.
I think it's in your adventuring gear.
I definitely have a tinderbox.
We all have torches.
And there's also the sconces that are.
You have 10 sheets of paper.
I got some paper.
You just burn a piece of paper. As
I have a hooded lantern.
Oh,
You need that? I got a lantern.
All right.
that would work. All right.
Alright, I go over and handgun my lantern.
All right, you light it using one of the still lit sconces that are over by the stairwell that Pendleton's wife had left on, and you head out. You make your way to the stables. You go. There's several stables, like several, quite a few.
Let's go to the closest one. So
Right,
we
right.
can find.
That's what I was going to get to. So each one that you go to, it's a lot of horses, but eventually you do find what looks like not a fancy nice carriage, but what looks to be a cart for hauling hay around to the different stables.
Good enough.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take that card. Are there any horses in that same?
Oh yeah.
All right. Do I need to roll for like animal handling or something?
Yes, please,
Okay.
if you would.
21.
21. Holy cow. Yeah, you absolutely. You approach one of the stables. There's a horse inside. Give me a name for that horse.
Dinklebeans.
Dinklebeans. Fantastic. All right. Dinklebeans is awake, and you're able to coax him out of there. You find some hay laying nearby, just out of his reach, and you use that to kind of coax him close. You touch his mane and his muzzle. Is that, you say muzzle? Is that a thing? Okay.
Yeah. Nice.
Give him some pets, give him some scratches. He seems to like you just fine. You lead him over to the cart. You get him all hooked up. It's ready to go for the most part. It was just a matter of getting him attached to everything. And sure enough, he's pulling the cart. You're sitting on top of his back. And
Hop
heading
out,
back.
open the doors, hop back in, and we'll take the cart up to the front of the house.
All right, sounds good. So you pull up to the house. You got it ready to go. It's an open cart. Since it's just a cart,
Right,
I mean,
that's
there's
fair.
no roof over it or anything. But
Walk
can
up.
definitely
I'll tie
fit.
the reins to a post on
Yeah.
the house, something going. Guys, I got a cart. We can get out of here. And I might have sold everything back at my place for the most part, but we can store all this stuff back at my place if you guys want.
Sold everything. stockpiles semen instead.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any furniture anymore, but we can store this at my place.
I just want to check one more thing. Yeah, I want to see if the old lady's got any jewels.
Oh gosh.
I'll go with you.
Is that a euphemism?
No.
So we're gonna go up and like
I
rob the
feel
lady.
like this is something he was doing while you were getting the cart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Maki's gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
Stealthily.
All right, you creep up the stairway, following the lights as you do to the second floor. You find a long hallway with a variety of doors. One of them creaked open ever so slightly. The sconces up on this floor only cast light in a very small space as to not disturb those that sleep up here, which at the moment you believe is only the one person.
All right, I go to the room that she left the light on by, or whatever.
She'll leave the light on for you.
She
Roll a stealth with advantage, since nobody really expects you.
9.
Yeah, okay, you're good. No stirring, no waking or anything seems to happen as you slowly creep towards it. Ever so slightly, the floor will creak ever a little bit, and you freeze every time it does, waiting to hear something, and nothing ever makes a sound. So you continue to creep closer and closer to this room until you're right at the door. You push it open ever so slightly, and you can see a fairly large bedroom, a couple of wardrobes, some mirrors inside, a couple of desks that you could see that somebody might have like laid clothes out on. And then, of course, to the sort of back left side of this room, you see a large bed, and the blanket suggests a figure is sleeping amidst the sheets and the various linens on this bed.
I go over. Well, I try to see if she's listened to the sound and see if she's, if she's honk shoeing or
Honk, me.
Or honk shoes.
She is definitely a me.
Is there a feather?
No, there's no feather. They're
Oh.
all inside the pillows.
Ah, dang.
Seems like she's asleep.
Or they're on you.
Ooh.
Take a feather
Pull
off.
a feather off of yourself and put it
Okay.
above her.
Confirms it. Make my way over to like the long dresser and look for the jewelry box on top or anything like that.
Yes, let's do a perception check to see if you can see. You do have dark vision, so that's helpful as well. 15, all right. Sure enough, you spot a somewhat ornate box sitting atop one of the, or actually it's inside one of the wardrobes. You open it up, you push back some of the clothes, and on a top shelf behind them, you see this box is hiding back there. It's currently locked at the moment, but it's just a question of whether you even need to.
Yeah, how big is this box?
It's not incredibly large. It's about like, let's say, a 10 by 10 inch box. And it's about, what would this be, like 5 inches tall? 4 inches.
I'm just gonna put the whole thing under my arm.
All right, sounds good. I'll have you do one more stealth check, since this is a box full of jingly things.
That one.
Oh no. As you slowly pull this box full of various jewels and jewelry from its shelf, it slips out of your feathery hands that you still haven't quite gotten used to yet, falls to the ground. It hits the ground and you hear a loud as a variety of fancy metals and jewels inside make a large clanking sound. The figure inside the bed quickly sits up and turns towards you.
Try to duck down.
Pendleton! Who's there? Pendleton, is that you?
Wait, so was I in the closet or what?
You were technically, you were like reaching inside of the wardrobe.
I think Maki thinks to herself, man, if only Pendleton was actually here. And then, with his innate desires, he summons a silent image of Pendleton with his sorceress powers. So he's like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. And then he's like, well, can I make him turn around? And the image turns around towards the door and like, but he notices it doesn't make any sound.
That's true.
No, that won't do. Wait, what if I just talked for it?
Do a deception. I guess I'll do either deception or performance with advantage.
Of course. Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
She reaches over and she grabs a nearby sconce that's sort of like a portable one that she keeps by the bed, and she takes a match, she strikes it, she lights it. So roll the either performance or deception with advantage. 18. She looks and she goes, Pendleton, what in God's name are you doing?
Stupid.
Just starts going, semen.
I know. The stuff. Next level. And he points towards the top of the
And she just kind of looks for a second. She's like, oh, well, keep it down. I'm trying to sleep.
Of course.
She's still a little off, but she blows out the sconce and tries to turn back and go back to sleep as best as she can.
So Maki tries to, keep it down and tries to find all the pieces that he spilled on the ground and put them back into this box. He's maintaining this silent image because he can keep it going,
Right.
just in case. So he's using some of this concentration for that.
Yes.
Is the image moving? Is he like doing like a meme? Like
Just doing the robot.
No, it's just kind of like stooped over in front of the door, like facing Maki.
he's looking through his
Kind of
dresser.
Kind of blocking the view if somebody were to come in. Any nice duds in this closet?
There are some very fine riding clothes. Nice little button-down leathery vests of various kinds. A couple of top hats, and then you see some horse crops. The little whippy thingies.
Maki will pick out an outfit just in case. Might come in handy later.
Okay.
And then he's just gonna clean up his mess and then try to sneak on out of there.
And as you're going for the door, you hear one last thing from Pendleton's wife. She says, dear,
You!
Beauregard was asking for you. He said that you two were supposed to have a meeting tomorrow. If you wouldn't mind meeting with him.
Of course.
All right. I just wanted to make sure you knew. Are you coming back to bed soon?
This'll take men.
Sounds wonderful, dear. Good night.
We got out of it.
Wow,
Let's go.
didn't even need the sleep spell.
She jolts awake. What is that? Sleep spell.
Oh man, maybe she doesn't honk shoe or me. She goes.
It's like a reverse winning.
It's a weird family, man.
Horse people.
Horse people.
Horse girls and even rare horse
Yes.
boy.
The horse boy. And all right, so you have the fancy jewelry box from the prestigious Pendleton family. You head back downstairs. all of you climb into the cart that Feather McGregor has prepared for you, and you ride off into the night.
Wait, to the sunrise.
Wait.
What?
Oh.
Did you have something you wanted?
Well, I was going to say, when they're all loading up, Rorick's going to be dragging out a very filled sack that's making a lot of thumping noises
Okay.
as he drags it down the stairs and is struggling to get it onto the cart.
Okay.
Is it your picture book?
I reached down and help him because we gotta get going.
Yeah, check it out. It is filled with books.
Oh.
A lot of books, and then other various trinkets that he grabbed across that room.
All right.
Rorick, and then at the top of the stairs, you see movement, and you see apparently the specter of Pendleton coming.
And Rorick rides the sack of books down the stairs. You gotta get away! He says,
I stop.
And with that, we'll close out this episode. Thank you so much for listening to Criminals of Isla Numus, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play podcast set in a homebrew world created by me, Skylar Gorset. If you've been enjoying our show so far, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever it is that you're streaming from, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else that podcasts can be streamed. Or just check us out on our website, sessionzeroheroes.com. Additionally, if you enjoy Coin, you might enjoy some of Session Zero Heroes' other shows, such as our Benders and Brews and Avatar Legends Actual Play, where we jump into the world of Avatar The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra using the Avatar Legends system created by Magpie Games. Or one of our various one-shots, which we are currently coming out with, where we use a variety of games and TTRPG systems to tell a variety of fun, exciting, emotional, and hilarious stories within our group. We have all sorts of other content that we highly recommend checking out within the SZH channel, and more to come in the future. To find out more about what we do at Session Zero Heroes, and to keep up with a lot of the other content we produce and be made aware of future projects, shows, and content, be sure to follow us on social media on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Discord. These are all great ways to get in contact with our team, as well as to keep up to date with everything that we're creating and working on. We'd love to see you there. In the meantime, thank you so much for listening, and don't forget to stay curious, stay heroic, until we roll again.